Thank you for coming. We will start with the national anthem. Please stand up. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. As we start this evening, I would like to take a moment of silence. All the violence, all the injustice in the world, all the civilians being killed in Yemen in a senseless war, the domestic terrorism in Pennsylvania, hyped up, and I hate to say it, but almost encouraged by our so-called leader. It's not by accident that we always plan the Yemeni Chamber of Commerce event just before election. It's planned that way. Because despite all the injustice, we still have bystanders. It's not enough that the President, the Senate, the Congress, the Supreme Court is held by the same political party, a view of fear, a view of hate. That's not us. We are the sign of hope. We are the sign of love. We are the sign of brotherhood. We are the soldiers of justice, regardless of our religion, of our background, of our education level. That message must resonate. We must have the audacity to be disruptive. No more. We'll just get along. In this election, it's not enough that you go out and vote. You must take the responsibility of reaching out to your family members, to your friends, to your colleagues. You must take the ownership of the results on Tuesday night. Not that you're satisfied that you went and vote. Call your friend in Texas. It's time for Ted Cruz to leave. Call your friends in Florida. Call your friends in Georgia. Call your friends in New York. Be disruptive. Don't let anyone intimidate you. This country was built based on brave men and women. Having the right to vote, it's a privilege. Not too many people have that right. We can't take it lightly. I went to court today to observe, and I gotta tell you, I stayed there for 3 hours just listening. First of all, I want to thank all the public servants, all the elected officials, all the judges, all the people that elected to run for an office. Because there's a lot of sacrifice, not just financial, away from your family. But you're also giving us an option, a choice. You're sending a message to the person who thinks or she thinks that that position is hers or his for life. And you're giving us a choice. And you're putting that person on notice. You better perform and deliver, or your replacement is ready to move in your office. And that's democracy. Now, I want to talk about inclusion. We talk about inclusion all the time. But I got to tell you, as a Yemeni American, I'm not seeing that in our local, in some of our cities, in some of our counties, or at the state level. I'm going to be blunt. On time of elections, you reach out to us. But after the election, you don't know who we are. I'm speaking about the Yemeni community. So if you're talking about inclusion, we will support you as we have in the past. I'm happy to say the Yemeni community is the Florida of the election. And if you don't believe me, check out the mayor result last year, or the Wayne County Commissioner election that just happened back in August. We vote as one. It's unbelievable. Despite our differences, we vote as one. You can check any precinct and you see how we vote. So hopefully, the message got across tonight. You need us, we need you. We want to see job opportunities for the Yemeni community. We're not seeing it, ladies and gentlemen. And you know, but we don't need someone from outside of our community to come and tell us, oh, you guys are being pushed aside. We can speak for ourselves. And we'll be blunt with our other Arab brothers and none, that, you know what? We are one, but we want to be sitting at the same table with you when it comes to decision making. I want to show you a video for about 2 or 3 minutes to see what the chamber have done in the past and what we're planning on doing. And I want to personally thank Byblos. I spent some time with him the past week. I got to tell you, behind every organization, there's always that nucleus. That person that just won't stop. And then the rest of us, we do it at our convenience when it's you know, that's our schedule. And there's always that one person in each church or mosque or synagogue or organization that just the movement, just keep on moving. And I saw that in Bender. Jasmine, please start the video.
Partnership of local municipalities by serving as an advocate and liaison for the Yemeni American business community. The Chamber is a partnership of professionals in the business collaborating together to promote economic activity among its members and to further improve the quality of life in society as a whole. We seek to partner with our community, with our members, and to make the Chamber a commerce and organization of choice for the Yemeni business community. Through partnership with professionals and businesses, we are committed to ensure positive economic growth, improved quality of life in society, creation of more successful businesses, increased member visibility through a strong, united voice, Banquet events, advocacy results, and numerous member benefits that will also make you more visible. You will also be able to learn from our advocate programs, and you likewise from a local leader to a community leader in the process.
Thank you, Governor. I would like to introduce the chairman, that person that keeps things moving, Byblos.
Thank you, Khalid. Assalamu alaikum. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 5th annual dinner and hour for the YACC. We appreciate your presence with us tonight through this busy times, especially during the most important election season. Social change occurred when the help of the communities come together and define and implement the community building strategies with single sense of purpose. Such a change is most likely to happen when there is a hard groundwork, viable community programs, and high levels of civic involvement. Bringing about the social change is possible on multiple levels: individual, organizational, and community, and also in multiple ways to inform, engage, and empower communities to develop the domestic leadership and organizational capacity in order to tip the balance toward the social change and enduring skills and sustained over time. On behalf of myself and the YACC board, advisory members, and volunteers, we would like to thank our generous donors for their warm support to the YACC, and other programs. On behalf of the YACC entire team, I call upon all of our Yemeni American community members, especially the business community, to join the YACC team in order to help us empower and advance our Yemeni American business community. Also, a warm congratulations to our awardees tonight. We are proud of your work, and we are honored to pay you such a tribute of honor tonight. Thank you. Enjoy the night.
Thank you, Brenda. Our next speaker, representing the next governor of Michigan, Governor Gretchen, I would like to introduce Senator Steve Baden.
Thank you, everybody. It's an honor to be here again. I'm just asked to talk about the importance of voting, and I think anybody that's been watching what's been happening in this country really gets it now. But just in case you didn't, I want you to remember an old saying. You go to a dinner, there's two places you can be. You can be seated at the table, or you could be the meal on the table. You don't want to be the meal on the table. You want to be seated at the table. So I want to encourage you to all go vote. Now, I've known Gretchen Whitmer for a long time. I was her assistant minority leader for 4 years. I served with her in the House and the Senate. I think she's going to be a fantastic governor, and we need that type of positivity in that office. I don't want to just stop there, too. I know my friend Dana Nessel is here today. She's running for Attorney General. Jocelyn Benson going for Secretary of State. Debbie Stabenow, we need to send her back to the U.S. Senate. And I'll be a little partisan here, if I haven't already, Ben. But you can't vote straight tickets, so you're going to have to fill all those little bubbles out. But I'm going to encourage you to fill all those little bubbles out. Now tomorrow you have an opportunity to go vote absentee. You go to your clerk's office, they open at 8:30, they close at 2. If you're registered to vote, you might want to avail yourself of that. It'll be a lot faster to do it that way. Get the ballot there, fill it out there, and drop it off there, and you're done on Tuesday. So if it's rainy or whatever, you don't have to do that. But I do want to thank the Yemeni American Chamber of Commerce for having this event. I've been here in years past. I was here last year. It was a wonderful event. And I just wanted to encourage you to vote because our country, our state, our communities depend on your voice. And we have to return decency into politics and decency into government. And these are some great individuals. I'm very honored to represent my good friend Gretchen Whitmer today and ask you to vote for her, and as well as all the other folks I mentioned as well. So thank you again. I have you a wonderful dinner. Congratulations on a great event as always. Thank you. Before I go, I'd like you all to smile because I told Gretchen I was going to take a picture of this event. So you can all smile for me. I'm going to do both sides of the room. All right, and then just one more so I can prove I was here. There we go. Thanks, everybody. Have a good one.
Thank you. Our next Attorney General, Donna Nick.
Dan had to go to another event, and I'm happy to say a few words. Sorry. Yeah, Dana was just here with me, but there's a interface about for the people that were killed in Pittsburgh that she had to go to. Hi, everybody. I'm Rick Michaels. It's my great honor and privilege to be here with y'all today. I'll keep it brief. A few things. For those of you who have felt ignored by our current Attorney General, or even the one before for the last 16 years, join the club. He's not singling you out for special treatment. Unless you're a billionaire Republican donor or a multinational corporation, you have been ignored. And if, God forbid, Tom Leonard were to be elected Attorney General, you're in store for 8 more years of that. So please, vote for Dana Nessel. She's going to be your lawyer. 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 So next time there's a problem, next time you're being discriminated against because of how you pray, or your country of origin, or who you love, or the color of your skin, and you're sitting there thinking, well, I gotta hire a lawyer. No, call Dana's office. She'll take care of you. She told me that's not a campaign promise. That's her solemn oath to all of you. That's her guarantee to everyone in this room. Thank you very much.
I'd like to call our mayor, Mayor Jack Orant.
Luckily, I'm not on the ballot, so I'm very grateful for that. But it's true. They're hoping, and that's one of the tricks they're using, is to make you have to go to each one because they're trying to do everything they can to leverage their potential. The problem is here in Dearborn, we have a lot of senior citizens who are used to being able to go down and make those decisions. This is disenfranchising them as well as other people, and it's just absurd. But we're going to have to live with it because it's here. But I have to say, this group has been so wonderful. About 5 years ago, and we talked, and it was the idea of how do you identify yourself? How do you make sure that you're getting the best value for what you're doing here in our community? And it was by joining together. And joining together, as he's already talked about it, but it is so amazing to see how successful they've been, how much we're seeing go on. And then it also makes it easy for the cities like us to be able to participate with them, because now we have a group that we're working with. We created corridor development authorities. We're getting new revenue in. We're really working with the county and ourselves, really transforming some of these areas, in the business areas. And it's because we have the partnerships that exist in that regard. And it's really a powerful thing, and it's really showing up in terms of what we see all over Dearborn. So again, I just want again, I'm not here to tell you who to vote for. I think you can figure it out. But I think, you know, for most of us, I have a hard time watching television anymore, which may be a good thing. But there's so much misrepresentation and outright lies, and we just have to say no to that. And it's just, it's outrageous. I mean, I see some of the things that people are promoting as, you know, this person did that or did this, and, you know, and I know, because I know many of them. Gretchen, yeah, I worked with her when I was, you know, I am a mayor, but while I was up in Lansing, because I was the head of the Michigan group for all the cities. And so she's genuine. They did a great job. You know, one last thing I just want to remind you. We came out of a recession. Car companies in this area were almost going under. There was a terrible thing. And when you're working on that, when you're trying to save these communities because of things that had nothing to do with anything but the economy, and then they turn it around now and try and suggest that they were doing something bad. Let me tell you, if they didn't create jobs when they were there, then we wouldn't be where we are today. And that's a fact, and we've got to begin to tell people the facts. The stuff that they're putting out there is simply dishonest. And I'm sorry, but I had to tell you how I feel. But again, in regards to this, it couldn't be better. The support they have and the support they give the city is phenomenal, and I'm glad to be here.
Thank you, Mayor. It's a partnership, whether it's the school system, whether it's the city council, whether it's the mayor, whether it's the chief of police, whether it's the judges, in our youth, and we are happy to say that we're seeing so much success in our community, and we continue to grow. And that no one person or one organization can take credit. The credit is due to all of you. Thank you. I'd like to ask that Martin Schneider, U.S. Attorney, come up here, please. He left. We're gonna have dinner very soon, huh? Okay. We identify every year people that just go that extra mile to do what it takes. They're not noticed. They don't look for pictures. They just look for results. It's not an easy task, because these people are in a way that they hide themselves. It's not like some people who just want to be noticed all the time. These are the opposite. It's very difficult to find them. And even when we find them, we try to convince them to come so we can recognize them. They're not comfortable with that. These are the people that are really the true models. These are the soldiers of success. These are the ones that are creating these characters. I'd like to call Bender Bawazir and my business partner Adil Al-Asad to come up here so we can recognize these people.
We're still awake, right? All right. Oh, here's the noise. I want to call out Sheikh Salah Al-Gahaim. We want to recognize him for the duties that he does. He is basically the highest respected leader in the community. He supports and volunteers in numerous community activities. For over 30 years, Uncle or Sheikh Salah Al-Gahaim has been basically involved in every aspect of the Yemeni community. He's very well known. He goes to every home almost. And when there's a sad situation, or if there's a death in the family or a wedding, you'll see him there as the first guy. He's always there, and I don't know what our community would do without him. But And then for our Business Education Award, for our Business Education Award, I want to call out Lorraine Greenwood. For the last 2 years, Mr. Greenwood has been a great asset, a valuable asset in the business community, providing curriculum business education, advice, and helped many things in our community with our business goals. We appreciate you, sir. And we would like to give you an award to recognize you for all the things that you've done in our community to help us and to help the Yemeni Chamber of Commerce be a success.
Ms. Logan to the stage, please.
Constant Logan, please give the award to Lorraine Greenwood. I'm sorry. We want to do a picture with you guys together.
I've worked with Connie Logan for 10 years now, and she's been a real supporter of SCORE and all our activities, and really appreciate it. I've been working with Ben for almost 3 years now, and it's a real honor to serve the Yemeni American community. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I have to say a few words about Lauren. So I'm the director for the U.S. Small Business Administration, and Lauren is a SCORE volunteer. So Lauren has been an executive at General Motors, Ford. He's owned his own business, and he volunteers now and has for the past 10 years to service the small business community. So he is certainly a hero. So thank you, Lauren, for your service.
Our next award is for the Chief of Detroit Police. I'd like to call up Deputy Chief Todd Benson.
On behalf of Chief Craig and the men and women of the Detroit Police Department, we gratefully accept this award from our Yemeni brothers and sisters. Chief Craig, since he's been the chief since 2013, has definitely set a culture within the Detroit Police Department of inclusion. And it's just been an awesome ride. And he'll look to me and say, Todd, let's make sure that with all of our volunteer groups, let's make sure that with our chaplain corps, we have representation from all denominations. And we do have a Yemeni member of the community on our chaplain corps. We just graduated 23 chaplains yesterday, so now we have 103 chaplains representing and serving in the Detroit Police Department. But just thank you all for being great friends and just working with the DPD. Thank you.
You know, everything starts with education. This person I've known for over 20 years. I want to welcome and call up Khalid al-Masna'at to come up here. Yeah, Khalid has been a teacher for over 20 years, 16 years of which are in Michigan. Now he's a principal of the ICD school. He got a bachelor's degree in English language teaching in Sana'a University in 1993, a master's degree in linguistics. But he does so much more, whether it's weekend school or regular school, he's always there. And these are the people that we continue to talk about character and building the character that we need for the future.
Well, I feel honored and privileged to receive this thoughtful recognition. Thank you very much, YACC, for this thoughtful recognition. And I'd like to say that I've worked many jobs, and I've never enjoyed what I did as much as I've been enjoying working in education. I've enjoyed working as a classroom teacher, mentoring the students in the classroom, and now mentoring teachers and educators as a school principal. And I was really wondering if the YACC has the time and effort and resources to allocate for attracting more and more of our children into education rather than just mainly medicine or engineering. Thank you very much. May Allah bless your work. Thank you.
You know, if you've been observant, we've got education, we got on the business side, we got on the law side. Now I want to move on to the political side. YPAC at Hamtramck. Mr. Al-Asri, please come on up.
Good evening. My name is Sam Al-Asri. I'm the chairman of YPAC. I'm trying to get Detroit. And it's a pleasure to be here today. Let me start off by thanking the YCC for presenting me the award. YPAC is committed to ensure that we best represent the value of Detroit and Hamtramck. Both of these cities are unique and vibrant in a place where many immigrants gather to create a better life for their families. Our community has more than 7,000 registered voters. YPAC managed to register more than 1,000 voters last year. With all those being said, we expected an exciting and competitive general election, and we hope more residents to get involved in this democracy process. and we're proud to say to support and endorse the following. For governor, we endorse Gretchen White. United States Senate, Debbie Stabler. Representative and Congress 14th District, Brenda Lawrence. Representative in Congress 13th District, Rashida Talib. Khalid. State Representative, the 4th District, Isaac Robinson. Where's Isaac today? Isaac, come over here. And on the 31st District Court, Judge Panoramic, Alexis Carrot. Justice Supreme Court.
Give it up for Samuel Whiteback. Come on, wake up!
Justice of Supreme Court, we have Samuel Byblos. You here today? Megan Kavanaugh. County Commissioner Martha Scott. And we have Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson. State Board of Education of Detroit, Tiffany Telly. White County Executive Warren Evans. Judge of District 36th District, Aliyah Sabri. Rata Annie Grant. Deborah Lewis. Judge of the Circuit Court, the 3rd District, Tracy Green. Suzette Samuel. She's there. And also we have Jan Kahalan. Come on, John. Come on, sit down. And we have Hamtramck Board of Education, Jihan Ayash. And Dearborn actually, Dearborn YACC, they're going to do their own endorsement. We have Adam Nazibin also, we have Amy, they here, and they're going to do their own endorsements. So thank you so much.
Thank you. On behalf of Wayne County Executive Warren Evans, I'd like to call up Asad Turki, please.
Hello, good evening. On behalf of the county executive, I want to thank Bunda for doing a great job. I'll call him Bunda, I'm not going to call him that, that's like his white name. But I just want to thank him for doing a great job with the Yemeni American Chamber of Commerce. I can honestly say I've been at all 5 dinners, so thank you for inviting us. But also today here is really the Chamber of Commerce is really an economic driver and how to get people together so we can get things done. We have Khalid Rahal here. He's the Director of Economic Development, Assistant County Executive of the county. 4 years ago when the county executive, 4 years ago when the county executive took over, the county was in pretty rough shape. But one of the areas that wasn't mentioned about, it didn't get the attention, was the Economic Development Department. And the Economic Development Department was pretty much didn't exist. And today we have one of the best Economic Development Department, and that is because of the leadership of Khalid Rahal. So thank you.
This person doesn't know we're actually giving him an award. We called him and we said, we want to make sure you're coming. And he's like, why are you guys so concerned? I've known him since I was in college in the South End. He's always there, engaged and involved. Mr. Hussein Yafi, please come on up.
I don't know what to say really, because this is my duty to work for the community. I don't need to know more, I need of that. But I didn't ask for it, but I will take it. Thank you very much.
Is the Yemeni consul here? Mukhtar? Okay, this is from the Embassy of the Republic of Yemen. It says we would like to show our gratitude and appreciation to the Yemeni American Chamber of Commerce for its outstanding work in promoting Yemeni businesses for the Yemeni community in the USA and around the world. Dr. Hamad Awad bin Mubarak. Thank you. Okay. We have some more from Senator Gary Peters here. Oh, yeah.
Busy with awards up here at the podium. Well, it's really a pleasure to be here. My name is Kevin Herrera. I'm Regional Director for Senator Peters. It's wonderful to be back in Dearborn again this week. It's been a wonderful week, and obviously we're getting ready for what is going to be a very important election. A couple of things that people haven't mentioned tonight about that. There are two proposals that I think that people should give some serious consideration to on the ballot this November. One of them, Proposal 2, is called Voters Not Politicians. What Proposal 2, and it'd be funny for you to hear this from a politician, but what Proposal 2 does is it takes the power of drawing districts out of the hands of politicians and gives it directly to the people in their own communities, and that helps increase representation across the board. The second one, which is even more foundational, Proposal 3, which is called Promote the Vote. And what Proposal 3 allows for is for people, 1, to vote same-day registration at the ballot, 2, to reinstate straight ticket voting in the state, and 3, allow you to vote by mail with no excuse. Vote by mail with no excuse. That allows you to have better access to the ballot, to exercise your rights as citizens. Now, I'm here tonight also to honor the Yemeni American Chamber. I too have been here now. This is for the 5th straight dinner. The crowd grows every time that I come back. And I wanted to say, I'll use your white name because, you know, I'll say, Ben, that I've appreciated your friendship over the years. I know the Senator has appreciated your friendship over the years. Thank you so much for all of the awardees. Thank you so much for driving the dynamism in this community. It is our small businesses, in part, who drive the strength of our economy. Thank you so much for supporting them. Thank you so much for bringing in these great resources from the federal government with the SBA and SCORE. These programs are absolutely critical, and I'm so glad that the Yemeni American Chamber of Commerce has stepped up to the plate to utilize those resources for the benefit of this community. So on behalf of Senator Peters, I want to present you with this tribute, celebrating 5 years of success and many, many more in the future. Thank you so much, my friend.
As I mentioned in the beginning, thank you. Thank you for participating in running for public office. We don't want to miss anybody. Each and every person is very important to us. Each and every person has something to contribute. So I'm going to go down the list, and I'm going to acknowledge all of you that are running, elected officials, all the organizations. We cannot forget the Yemeni organizations that are always there helping us, from NAYA to YABA to the Yemen American Associations to the American Muslim Society to Masjid al-Salam. As I said, it takes all of us working together. That's why on election day we vote as one, and we do make a difference. And of course, Abdullah Sheikh and Impact, newcomers, but they are shakers and movers. Ahmed, APAC. So I'm going to go down the list. We're family here. If I forget you, I'm going by what's here. Just come on up and tell me who you are. Okay? So, and some of them are repeats. So Senator Gary Peters, and I'm repeating these names for you who are going to vote. Remember these names. Senator Debbie Stapino, Debbie Dingell, Brenda Lawrence, Rashida Tlaib, Senator Steve Bida, Susan Dabaja, thank you for acknowledging us. I know she was not able to come here. Brenda Jones, Matthew Schneider, U.S. Attorney, Benny Napoleon, Wayne County Sheriff, Warren Evans, Wayne County Executive, Eric Subry. Eric, thank you. Thank you for all what you do. You are making a difference, and we're seeing less and less people having problems with owning homes. Thank you. Mr. O'Reilly, he's a family member now. He knows that. And of course, Chief Haddad. And I mentioned that I was in court today. I actually wanted to just listen. And Judge Summer knows that. When he ran for office and we endorsed him, I told him every now and then I'm going to show up and I'm going to observe how you behave and what you do. Do you show up on time, or you guys say 9 o'clock and 10 and nobody shows up? And you know what?
I say 8:30 and I'm there at 8.
Exactly. Thank you. Yep. Great. So, Gene Hunt and Sam Salami, thank you for everything that you do. It's tough. I listen to some of the issues that some people have. It takes compassion, and it's a hard balance between compassion and implementing the law. It's really tough. So thank you. Continue. Mayor of Dearborn Heights, Dan Paletko. Mayor of Highland Park, Hubert, where is he? There's my guy. I called him up here because my office is in Highland Park.
Good evening. I'm Hubert Yap, Mayor of the City of Highland Park. I want to present a resolution to the Yemeni American Chamber of Commerce. I'll share it with you. Whereas the Yemeni American Chamber of Commerce is the business advocacy and Chamber of Commerce for the Yemeni American business community. Whereas the mission of the Yemeni American Chamber of Commerce is to promote economic development and improve the quality of life of the Yemeni business community by fostering community partnerships and creating a unionized vision for businesses, elected leaders, youth, students, and professionals. Whereas the Yemeni American Chamber of Commerce inspires other neighboring communities, such as Highland Park, to invest in their community, to promote community and economic growth, improving the quality of life of the residents. Now therefore be it resolved that Mayor Hubert Yap and the great city of Highland Park commends the Yemeni American Chamber of Commerce for their dedicated commitment to the Yemeni American community. Hubert Yap, thank you.
We're almost done. And food will be served. You guys already have the salad and hummus. I haven't eaten it, and so. Okay, I want to continue with acknowledging people, even who are not here. It's okay, we know you have prior engagements. That doesn't mean that we're not going to vote for you and we're not going to endorse you, because we do have the same agenda. We have the same goal. So we're not going to say we're not going to mention someone's name because he's not here. No, we're family. We're working together for a common cause. David Abdullah, Meg Serini, أنا مايا from Hamtramck City Council, سعد المسمري, أيام برارة, Mrs. Susan Mosey Yassine, which is the Consul General of Lebanon. Thank you for being here. Mukhtar, Yemeni Council, we want to acknowledge you. Sam Beydoun, and can't miss him. You keep on telling people we're twins. And I tell them to stop saying that because physically we're not, in no way, shape, or form. You can see how tall he is. I said, why did they say you're twins? We're twins because we share the same mentality, the same vision. That's why we're twins. Okay. Judge Kelly Ramsey, Judge Mark Pulaski, Judge David Turfy, Judge Alex Crott, Judge Aliyah Sabri, Susan Samuel, Isaac Robinson, thank you. Hey, you did it. We're proud of you. You're going to be as loud down in Lansing as you are here, and that's what we want. And the names keep on coming. Don't stop. This is a celebration. It's a celebration before Tuesday win. Okay? We're going to celebrate Tuesday because Donald Trump is going to be screaming at his Republican colleagues that they lost the Congress and Senate, not him. Which actually they all lost. Again, academics, education, Henry Ford, the bond, we must support that. Okay, and I see my brother, the same buddy, agreeing with me and shaking his head. No? See, we differ, but we get along. And that's what counts. And that's what counts. Is the president of Henry Ford Community College here? Please come on up, Mr. Councilman.
Good evening. Dr. Mike, I can't help but think that I should ask you a question. Maybe anyone can answer this. What is the antidote to racism? It's an education. What is the antidote to poverty? It's a public education. What is the antidote to illiteracy? What is the antidote to a thriving democracy anywhere, but particularly in Southeast Michigan? It's a public education. I've got colleagues here from the Dearborn Public Schools and Henry Ford College that we're all so proud to be supportive of your operation because we also believe that a public education can support commerce. And we are asking everyone to ask themselves, what does a public education need? Now, 5 years ago, the community of Dearborn that I'm now a member of voted to add 1 mil to our property tax. And in 5 days, I think, Dr. Mike, 5 days, you'll have the opportunity to either continue that 1 mil or take that 1 mil away. I'd like to just leave you with a couple facts associated with that, and please don't misunderstand me. I'm not suggesting you should vote yes or no. In fact, that'd be against the law for me to do. But I do want you to know that 5% of our budget at Henry Ford College is dependent upon this 1 mil. And for the average household in Dearborn, and those are the people who pay the taxes, people like me who own property in Dearborn. For the average household in Dearborn, that's $54 a year that have been levied against those properties for the last 5 years, and we're asking whether you should continue to pay those or not. You know, 4 out of 10 people who attend Dearborn Public Schools choose to attend Henry Ford College. 9 out of 10 of our students continue to live and work in careers in Southeast Michigan. And we hope to grow the college to be a national, at least regional force to create careers, to create civic understanding, and to stop the kind of racism and the division that we see across our country. So I'll ask you one more time. What is the antidote to poverty? What is the antidote to racism? Please ask yourself if that's what you believe when you vote next week. Thank you.
people that we want to make sure that we acknowledge. 46 District Clerk David Perkins. Thank you for being here. Also, continue, John Callahan, my brother Hussein Birri. Thank you for everything you do for our kids. State Rep District 5, Fred Durhouse. Judge Miriam Bazzi was here. John Allen, Chief of Police Melvin Dale. John McDonald from Henry Ford. He was not feeling well today. Prayers are with you. And also, Tony Guerrera is here. He's always, I consider him as a Yemeni. So thank you for everything that you do. And we also share the same thing. We look each other in the eyes. We're on the same height. Yes, and he's here also representing Kimura. Thank you. I talk about family. We have the first Yemeni female running for public office. In our community, it was very conservative. It's a breakthrough, believe me. Okay? It takes a very special person to jump into that. Okay? So, and she'll get an opportunity to say something. And my brother Adil, my younger brother Adil, he never gives up. He keeps on running, and I'm so proud of him. And also, from our community, Afaf Ahmed Wershi, the diva. Thank you. Thank you. Supreme Court candidate just walked in, Sam Bagenstein. Thank you for coming. Even though you were late, I know you're in a previous engagement. We're going to give you a minute to say something. Come on up.
Thank you. So yes, I apologize, running a statewide campaign at the end like this. It's running from one place to another. I am Sam Bagenstos. I am running for the Michigan Supreme Court. We have an opportunity this year to make a fundamental change on the Michigan Supreme Court. I have been a civil rights lawyer for about 25 years. I worked for President Obama and Attorney General Holder, helping to rebuild civil rights enforcement after the Bush administration. I'm really proud of the work I did to help implement and defend in court the first comprehensive federal hate crimes law, as well as to take on the rise of Islamophobic discrimination in America when communities across the country, when Islamic communities across the country were facing resistance in being able to set up their places of worship. We stepped in to try to enforce the religious rights and religious freedom of those communities, and I'm very proud of that work, and I'm proud of the work that I've done seeking relief for the people of Flint and seeking relief for workers in courts across the country, including in the U.S. Supreme Court. So thank you very much for the opportunity to talk to you tonight. My name is Sam Bagenstos. I am on the nonpartisan ballot for the Supreme Court, and I really appreciate your listening. Thank you.
And also we have a table from Leo's Coney Island. John, how many of you know that almost 50% of all Leo's Coney Islands in Michigan are associated or owned or operated by Yemeni Americans? I just found that out. 50% of the 60 Leo Coney Islands in the state of Michigan are owned by Yemeni Americans. We talk about the future. We talk about the present. But to get here, we had to have some wide shoulders to stand on. And I cannot think of anyone than Ned Fawaz. Talking about wide shoulders. Thank you. Cynthia Bradley, also is a candidate for a school board. Now, Jewel Jones for state rep, is she here? I love that hat. Okay, we're almost done because I'm starving. So, Ahmad Could you please come up? And we want to make this a 1 to 2 minutes, please don't exceed that. And then Adil, then Hafa, and then okay, and then we'll have the judges. Please try to make it 1 minute or so. We want to give everyone an opportunity. Okay? Remember, the less you talk, the more popular you're going to be.
All right, there are 3 more days left. You guys fired up? Are you guys fired up? Make sure you all go out and vote. It's very critical that everyone goes out and makes sure you vote. Your vote does count, and it does make a difference. Also, please take people with you, or ask anyone if they need a ride or if they need help at the polls, especially that a ticket is not a straight ticket. We need everyone that went out on the primary to come out on the general election. Please also, no matter what the weather is, it only takes a few minutes. Now, good evening. Thank you to the Yemeni American Chamber of Commerce for inviting me tonight. I would like to congratulate them on their 5th year of accomplishments. I wish you all the best in the years to come. My name is Aman Fadama, and I am married to the love of my life, of course, Walid Fadama, who we have 8 daughters. I was born and raised in Dearborn, where I attended Dearborn schools. I also raised my family here in Dearborn, where they attended Dearborn public schools. I'm proud to say I am the first Yemeni American woman to run ever for office. With that said, when I decided to run for office, it never crossed my mind that I was the first Yemeni woman to run for office at first, until some people addressed it to me. So that made me even more prouder and more determined to run. All my supporters keep telling me, you're going to make history. For me to make history, I need your support and votes so I can raise up my head high and also make you proud of me. I promise you won't regret voting for me. I love Dearborn and its people. I deeply care for each and every one. I'm proud to have received endorsements of our Mayor John O'Reilly, the Dearborn Board of Education Trustee Mary Lane, former coordinator of Senior Citizen Services of the City of Dearborn, Patricia Hackett, and the American Federation of Teachers Union Local 1650 of Henry Ford College, also from APAC, MPAC, and YACC. I am so thankful and appreciative of their endorsements. Thank you. As a community activist, I have taught, I thought I was going to get out of here. I have taught ESL classes and citizenship. I also translated for people that had limited English, where I would even drive them to their destination. I also tutored students. I did all this while raising my family. I also became a midwife to pregnant women when I was supposed to just translate. I ended up coaching them and helping them deliver their babies. So if you see a girl named Aman or a boy named Wadi, know that I delivered that child. I am running for the Dearborn Board of Education because I believe the greatest opportunities we have to shape our future is by investing in our youth. This is my first time running for public office, and I'm excited to take on this challenge. As a mother of 8 daughters who benefited from the quality education we have in Dearborn and Henry Ford College, I felt it's time for me to give back. Throughout the years, I have reached a time in my life where I have more time to give, and I have chosen this position because I believe my experiences can help improve the district and benefit our students. Overcapacity in our schools as a result of our city's population growth presents a particular pressing challenge. We need to prioritize improving the conditions of some of the historic buildings, the infrastructure of our schools, and need upgrading some schools. Some schools are almost a century old. Adequate funding from the state is also a pressing issue. It is directly related to the overall quality of education we can offer our students. I will work vigorously to seek funding and grant to ensure our school community as a whole have the resources necessary to succeed. My priority is to provide our students a healthy and safe environment where they can grow, learn, and compete. I would want to see more parents involved in the children's schools and encourage them to be involved in the decisions the Dearborn School Board makes. The safety of our children is a main concern. Our students are never safe enough. We need to have a solid plan in case of emergency to secure our schools. If elected, I promise to be your voice on the board, and I will go above and beyond to make sure our students get the best education there is. Thank you, and continue to enjoy your evening.
All right, Adil, come on up, please. I also would like to welcome Nermeen Tahmi from Debbie Stabana's office. YPAC forgot to finish the list, so they are endorsing Adil, they're endorsing Aman, they're endorsing Sam Beydoun, Jihan, Ayash.
Thank you, Dr. I appreciate it. Good evening, everyone. My name is Adil Mozab. I'm a candidate for the Dearborn School Board. I appreciate the Yemeni American Chamber of Commerce, which I proudly serve on its advisory board, for this wonderful event and the wonderful programming that they do have for our community. As many of you know me, an activist in the areas of education and environmental justice. My only interest to run for the board is the student success and to make sure that we have quality education in Dearborn schools and Henry Ford College. For those who do know me, they know that somebody who is resilient, somebody who is determined to make an impact. I taught for 3 years. I have an MBA from Wayne State University, the Warriors. I also went to for my undergrad to U of M Dearborn, so go blue. Sorry, Michigan State. We have very, very important election coming up, and I'm really proud to run with many candidates who have many different experiences. Leaving my own credentials aside, I believe life experiences are most important. So I hope that you consider me for one of your votes for the Dearborn Board of Education. Thank you so much and have a good night.
I wanted to acknowledge Leslie Harris from the City Council. I gotta tell you, Leslie is very active, she's all over, thank you. And Susan Dabaja, President of City Council. Afaf, you're next. As I mentioned, I'm sorry if I forget anyone, please just give me a note.
Good evening. Thank you for the surprise. I didn't know I'm gonna talk. My name is Afaf Ahmad. I'm a well-known journalist and a radio host at American Radio, Arabic American Radio 102.3 FM. I used to attend Henry Ford when I moved to Michigan from Dubai in 1999. I have a degree, Bachelor in Arts from Modern University. The reason why I'm running is because I'm a mother of 2 daughters. And my daughters had serious issues in Dearborn School, especially with the reading. They were about to fail her when she was moved to different states. So I had to run and make changes. Safety is very important in school. Distributing equal sources to all schools is very important. And we have an issue also with the readiness. And many of our high school students are not ready for college classes. And some of our children, they're going to college and they don't know what classes they should take. Besides the overcrowding and lack and shortage of counselors at schools. We need to take care of our children. We need to keep them outside the political agenda. We need to look for the future, see what's the best for them, and elect November 6th. At my campaign, since I started from day 1 until today's date, I never asked no one to vote for Afaf. In my campaign in the radio, in my Facebook, in the radio, I opened the opportunity to all candidates to come and talk at my radio show, to talk about their platform. I invited everybody to talk at my dinner too, at my fundraising, because I want to give opportunity to the community to elect the best 2 candidates to present the parents and the students. Thank you.
Thank you, Afaf.
I wanted to call President of the City Council of Dearborn, Susan Dabaja.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone.
How are you guys? So this year I'm not on the ballot, so I'm not up here to ask you guys to vote for me, but I do appreciate all the support that I've gotten over the last few years. But I want you guys to listen to something very important. As the first Arab American woman to serve as a council president in the city of Dearborn, I recognize the importance of making sure Arab American women really lead the charge in a lot of the things that we're doing today. And we have a very special Arab American Muslim woman that's running to be one of the first Muslim women to serve in the U.S. Congress. And that's Rashida Tlaib. So my friend Sam Beydoun and I were talking. Even though she's not here, I want to remind people that she still has a race. And I hope you guys will consider voting for her on Tuesday. I know that she doesn't serve Dearborn, she's from the 13th Congressional District, but she serves a large portion of Dearborn Heights and Detroit. So for those of you guys that are eligible to vote for her, vote for Rashida Tlaib. She is going to make a lot of change and moves and just a positive effect for many people, not just Muslim Americans, for all those that she serves. So I hope you guys will vote for her, Rashida Tlaib, November 6th. Thank you guys.
Cynthia Crowley, please come on up. Cynthia is running for the school board in Dearborn.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Cynthia Pirelli, and I'm running for Dearborn School Board, which you all probably know. I am a lifelong Dearborn resident, and I have spent the last 30-some years working for Henry Ford College and the Dearborn schools. Recently retired, and I decided that I wanted to use my knowledge and skills to continue to help our students. I really appreciate the invite this evening by the Chamber, and I want you all to know that I can hit the ground running. I've got the knowledge, I've got the skills that I need to serve on the board. I also was the assistant to 2 Henry Ford College presidents, and I was also served on the board as their stenographer for 13 years. So I hope on November 6th I can ask very kindly for your support. Thank you so much.
Did I miss anyone that is running for a public office? Okay. Okay. Judge Perkins, please come on up.
Hi, good evening. I'll be very brief. I'm Judge David A. Perkins from 36th District Court, but I am your candidate for Wayne County Probate Court, the open seat. I'm uncontested, but I still want your support, and more importantly than your votes on Tuesday, I want your prayers so we can all do better together. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Also running for Judge, Alexis J. Crott, City of Hamtramck. Judge Aliyah Sabri, 36th District Court. Come on up. How is the food? Good? Yeah, okay. Where's Sam? Yusuf Bazzi, where is he? Please get Yusuf Bazzi to come up here. Come on.
Good evening, I'm Alexis Crott. I'm the judge in Hamtramck, and I really just want to congratulate the 2 people from my community that were acknowledged with awards tonight, Sam and Sally. We're very proud to be with you, and I'm glad to know both of these gentlemen, and I hope that I represent Hamtramck as well as they do. Thank you.
I called Yusuf Bazzi up here. I don't know if Yusuf is always promoting our community, and he's always there for us. And I remember when they did the fund for fundraising dinner for the war in Yemen, and he is so forgiving, and he just want to help our community. So when we're at Byblos, I really feel that I'm home, and this is brotherhood. This is who we are. We are one family, just like the Prophet taught us. When one part of the body is in pain, the entire body feels the pain. So, Sam, I wanted to say thank you, and I want to give you the opportunity to welcome everyone.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Joe Bessie, for those of you who don't know who I am. Byblos is the house of the community, and we're welcoming everybody. And this is it's a privilege and honor for me to host the Yemeni American Chamber of Commerce event. I think for the last 3 years, or 4 years, or 5 years. And thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Eric Sarwi is going to be speaking on behalf of his daughter. Isn't that beautiful?
Assalamu alaikum. I wanted to just say I thank the Yemeni American Chamber for all its work it's doing. And I wanted to tell you, my daughter Aliyah Sabri is on the ballot for 36th District Court. And I want those of you in Detroit can vote for her, please give her a vote. She was appointed last year, and she has to run for a full term. I know that Brother Salih here, he's known her since she was running around the mosque, and she has a 1-year-old, and he's known her all of her life, so he can tell you that what type of person she is. And thank you very much, and thank you for inviting me tonight.
Just to show you how close we are. Last week, Friday, my company, Sendi, it's called Diversified Technologies out of Highland Park, sent me to an event. It's called Roundtable Network. And who was there? Warren Evans. And please get up. I want you to come up and say something about economic developments in Wayne County. It was so impressive, ladies and gentlemen. I was so impressed on what they're doing in Wayne County, because it impacts the cities. I know he's not ready to say anything, but I wanted to acknowledge him because I saw him and he didn't see me over there.
Good evening. I'll try to make this as short as I can. 3 years ago when the county executive took over, he had, as Assad said, one of the worst reputations for an economic development department that he inherited in Southeast Michigan. And then 7 months in, he actually eliminated the department. In its place, he installed a very community-based, back to the basics approach to developing our economy. And that started with me going around to every single municipality to talk to every mayor and supervisor and ask them what they need to grow business in Wayne County. And what we found was we needed access to capital, we needed access to information, we needed advice, and we needed to small businesses, and we needed it to be free, because we need small businesses to have just as much advantages as some of the big businesses too, because our economy here in Wayne County is built, and it always has been, on the backs of small businesses. Now I can tell you all this, the best way to access this information is to continue to support your local Chamber of Commerce. Your Yemeni Chamber of Commerce, your Arab American Chamber of Commerce, your Dearborn Chamber of Commerce, your Wayne County Chamber of Commerce. These organizations can absolutely help connect you with free services and free information you don't even know exist today. So please continue to support us. Thank you for the Yemeni Chamber of Commerce. You guys are doing an excellent job, and enjoy your evening.
All right, last thing is we want to do a group picture, so please, I wish there's a camera big enough to take a picture of all of us here. So we want all the elected officials to come on. I'm not going to call. Isaac. Okay, one more speaker and then a group picture and we're done.
How you doing, everybody? I just want to say, well, I'm Isaac Robinson. I'm going to shake things up in Lansing starting in January. We have escalated lead levels in Hamtramck. Our state government gave $700 million to the Gilbert operation for some redevelopment downtown. Mayor O'Reilly, could you use $700 million? Mayor YACC, could you use some money to rebuild your infrastructure? Everybody say, fix the pipes. fix the pipes. It's sinful that our children can't have fresh drinking water. We saw what happened in Flint. We have a CEO, Warren Evans, who is a champion for environmental justice. So we're okay at the county level. But we need to vote for change on November 6th because we just need basic things like fresh drinking water. Over by the mosque on Miller Road, U.S. Ecology is expanding their company where they're bringing in radioactive waste into our community. Hamtramck is the most densely populated area in the state of Michigan. It's the last place to bring in fracking waste. And they're processing it and put it into our water. So on Tuesday, are you gonna vote for change? Yes. Say vote for change. Vote for change. Now when people say we're gonna get to vote in our community, I feel like I'm part of this community. We're all in this together. When I was at U of M Dearborn, I supported a young man named Fad Ahmed for president of the student government. I had no idea he was Yemenis. He was just the most qualified. When I met Ali Balid Abadafar from UAW Local 600, and we did get out the vote, I didn't know I was doing something with the Arab American community. I just know he was a big shot, and I was honored to be with him. But we got to do this through coalition. And these guys in the Yemeni American Chamber of Commerce are really bringing us together. We need more action for small business. We need more money in Highland Park and less money given away to the billionaires. So say, vote for change. Bless you guys.
Thank you. Abdullah Sheikh from Impact, please come on up.
Thank you so much. Today, we, as usually every single election year, we went to many centers and we distribute our, slates. And before we distribute the slate, we said there's a conspiracy against the brown people to be replaced by people from Sweden. So with this said, we have to go and vote to change this. So we like the people from here, we like brown people, we like white people, we like black people, we like yellow people, right? We like diversity. Diversity makes us strong, diversity makes us unity, and this is what makes this country very strong. So in order to change, definitely the people from Sweden, maybe they will not be as heavy as I am, as short as I am, but at the same time, maybe they will not have the drive that I have, maybe they will not have the energy that I have. So with this said, this would make us so strong. So we have to vote. This slate is outside. We have to make change. When we vote, we tell people we are here. There's only two power in this world. There's a good and bad. If you don't vote, you vote with the bad one. So everybody is vote. Whether you go to vote or not, everybody vote. This is what we tell people. This is what we tell you today. Everybody is voting. So you better vote with the good ones, because if you don't vote with the good ones, you are at home, you voted with your opponent. Well, thank you so much.
I will be very short. Good evening, I'm Sam Beydoun. I am on the ballot. I did win in August. I don't have opposition, but you know what to do. I just want to say one thing. This election is very important. You have so many candidates and elected officials in this room and on the ballot. When you go out to cast your vote, I really want you to think about the people that stand with you when the time comes for people to stand with us, not the people that don't show up when we need them to. So we have many friends, many qualified candidates on the ballot. Vote for the people who stand up with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Sam. All right, please, all board members of the chamber, come on up. All elected officials and all candidates. We want a group picture. This is for the future and for us to remember where we started and celebrate, inshallah, on Tuesday night, all the winners. Please come on up.
What's that?
Next weekend.
I relapsed, yeah.
Hi, how are you?
Board members, Candidates, Sam, please stay all the way down. You're too tall. And all the people that received the awards, Sheikh Saleh, Khalid. All the people that received the awards, please come on up. And we want to thank Shahab. Thank you. Thank you all the people that are covering the event. Ned, please come on up.
Eric, I'm giving the assignments for Tuesday. Well, no, they're in there.
Abu Lafan, come on up, please. Muhammad Said Abdullah, come on up. شيف حداد. حتى الخميدي عقيل كمان عقيل.
They give you more duties, right?
Thank you. Tuesday night we're celebrating. Please don't forget. Vote, vote, vote.
It's crazy. They're very light.